Chris, the Iran conflict started at the end of February. March was a pretty volatile month.
Yes, it was.
And as of right now, the local low happened on March 30th in the market. Volatility has kind of calmed down some. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, so Charlie Boello, hat tip Charlie, mentions that this is the 6th in the ranking of the biggest 2-week decline on volatility. And then looking forward in terms of returns, they look pretty daggone sporty.
A lot of green following those high volatility or big volatility declines. Doesn't mean it will happen this time, but that's a positive, right, in the scheme of things.
It is. Next chart, Joe Wiesenthal mentions that the entire Iran war sell-off has been erased. I think we need to look at this in broader context. Next chart, here's the S&P over the last 6 months. We violated that December low, and there was clearly a downtrend of lower highs and lower lows, but then we started up from a higher highs standpoint, really didn't get any higher lows. What we got was just a gap straight
Giant
up.
Gap,
We gapped from negative on the year to positive on the year, and don't look now, we're not really daggum far from
all-time highs.
A new all-time high.
That's right.
So what does all that mean? Ultimately, look, can you fill the gap? Yes, you can fill the gap. We might, but then again, we might not. And if we don't, that's a measure of strength. Like you would expect that we probably would. But it's not conclusive. We don't know that. But the bottom line is we're back positive on the year. That's something to be positive about. I think really from there you've got to start looking at numbers and technicals. I mean, we talked
internals of it, right?
Right. We talked last week about how transports and emerging markets and small and mid-sized companies still positive on the year, how those things still had momentum. I mean, if the S&P gets going too, obviously that's positive. And we talked a couple of weeks ago about the Mag 7, how about stocks down in their forward multiple in the teens.
Right.
Or Amazon at its lowest forward multiple in that company's publicly traded history. So a lot of stuff that looks relatively compelling if we don't have a massive conflict that's going to, blow up the world, right? So on to the next chart. If you look at, and this is from Tom McClellan a couple days ago, just talking about advanced declines, which would be a technical driver of positivity or negativity in the market. And he's saying, hey, look, we're not that far from an all-time high in advanced declines. Those are positive signs.
Positive signs.